Hello and good morning, YouTube. You're tuned in to the Katie Talk 101 show. Go ahead and please make sure you hit that like button when you come in the building. Big shout out to all my subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you go ahead and do that. And make sure you hit that notification bell. All right. Yes, I am back. I am back. Just had some life to deal with. So yeah, I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But I want to get right off into it. I'm not gonna delay. So here we go. Okay, so yeah, I know you guys are familiar with Cynthia G. So Cynthia G, she ended up actually making a phone call in just a second. Hold on, I'm gonna let at least one person come in the building first before I get to talking. If not, you guys can, just catch the replay. Make sure you catch the replay, hit the like button, and all that good stuff. Okay, so Cynthia G, she ended up. Hold on, I think my cat trying to get out the room. Let me open the door for her. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Cynthia G ended up doing a phone call to the welfare office. Yes, Cynthia G called the welfare office. Okay, and I want you guys to listen to how this phone call went. Okay, so it's basically her debunking the lies and the narrative that the black man was put out of the house due to the woman being on welfare. Just one second. Hold on. So yeah, she ended up calling Cynthia G made a whole phone call to the welfare office. And I want you guys to listen to this. Let me make sure I'm sharing it. And good morning. I hope all of you all are blessed on this Sunday morning. And I hope you guys had a great weekend. You find this video. Okay, here it So yeah, she gave a phone call to the welfare office. When I first seen this, I thought this was the funniest thing. But just listen to what she says and listen to how she uncovers, all of the narratives that have been pushed out here for years and decades. Take a listen. First and last name, please.
Hi, my name is actually Mary. I'm calling. I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm calling because I wanted to sign up for benefits. I'm currently pregnant, but my child's father to be told me that if I get on welfare, they will put him out of the home. So I was just trying to see what the criteria is because I do need the services right now, but I don't want anyone to get put out the home. So I was trying to see, is it okay if my child's father is with me, lives with me, if I apply for benefits?
What benefits are you wanting to apply for first and foremost?
TANF.
So, when are you due?
I'm due towards the end of the, at the end of the year in December.
Okay. So he doesn't have to be included until the baby's born. Once the baby's born, then he has to be included on the case. And if you choose to not include him, then we have to put out an order of child support on him. And if you're living with him, then he has to, it's no question, like you can't opt him out. You guys have to be on the same case.
Okay, so he can be on there. He's not gonna get moved from the home or anything like that. I'm sorry, ma'am.
We don't physically remove anyone from anyone's home. It's just saying that if he's living in the home, he has to be included on the case.
because just as much as you're financially eligible for that child, he is as well.
Okay, ma'am, I'm even sorry to have to ask you. My child's father is an African American man, and he told me that historically.
I think the woman hung up on her because when she said something about it being African American, I think she was like, "Okay, I know she playing with me. Let me hang up the phone." So basically, what you guys heard is Cynthia G. She called the welfare office and she's pretending, that she's pregnant and she wants to fill out for basically welfare. Okay, so this is the thing right here. In order for any woman to qualify for welfare, or if you want to qualify to get the vouchers for daycare for your children, let's say you and your child father, you both work, but don't make quite enough money to pay for childcare. So if she was to sign up for welfare, you get the childcare and stuff like that. But there was always a narrative pushed out. If she signs up for welfare, he gets put out of the home. And as you heard in the phone call, they said we don't put anyone out of the home. Welfare has never had the power to remove anyone from the home. And if you guys been watching me, you guys know I have actually played some of the video from The Vanishing Family. It was a documentary made back in 1986. And in that documentary, it actually said that, there were guys who were living with their woman and they continued to pump her up with so many kids. And he just got tired and got to the point where, he left. So basically, that is what she's debunking, that, the black man was never, ever put out of the house. And that's been narratives that's been pushed and pushed and pushed for a very long time. And it's been debunked time after time. But shout out to Cynthia G for making that phone call and just proving that situation. Good morning, Bougie Barbie, my favorite moderator. And shout out to everybody in the chat room. You guys make sure you hit that like button if you're watching. If you come through, watch the replay. Go ahead and make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not. I hope you all have enjoyed your weekend and having a blessed Sunday morning. And there's another thing that I wanted to show you all this morning. So I know there's always been a narrative of, you get with a black woman, she doesn't value family. All she's going to do is get pregnant by you, put you out, and put you on child support. So that's been a narrative that has been spread for a very long time as well. And I just wanted to show you guys a video that I ran across on Instagram. And this is not a skit. This is an actual woman. When I first seen it, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was real. I didn't think that actually a white woman had this. I never thought. And, this is just listening to a lot of the red pill manosphere in the black sector. I just never thought that a white woman would think like this. I mean, you have people like a Tommy Sotomayor who actually made a video saying that a white woman is the number one woman that you would want to have a baby with. He said a white woman will raise your child right. She will instill value and morals into your child. I mean, he just said that the white woman, when it comes to motherhood, the white woman is the main selected that you want to be with. But I'm going to show you this, and you let me know what you think about this. I'm going to make sure I'm sharing it so you guys can see and hear. Let me make sure it's sharing. So yeah, I just feel like this is yet another video debunking everything that they have put into your head. The black woman is the one who's not for family. The black woman is the one who's not loyal. The black woman is the one who's gonna put you on child support. But listen to what she says. And this is what I call the real scientific breakdown of successful child support. You guys listen to this young lady.
Check this video out, family.
If you want to live solely off of child support, it's important that you have multiple baby daddies and that baby daddy only has kids with you and not with other women. The reason for that is because there is a cap on what percentage of their income that they will have to pay towards child support. And I think where I live, it's like 16% or something like that. So it's important also that they have a high income. I'm pregnant with my third child right now, and this is my third baby daddy. So what I do is I download dating apps and I go sit in parking lots of expensive areas. And a lot of times the people that live in those areas make a lot of money because the cost of living is high, right? I always try to get on these dating apps and start talking to these men a couple of weeks before I start ovulating so I can get to know like what their job is, how much they make, if they have any other kids, because this is important information. Also, always ask them if they want kids. If they say yes, run. If they say no, perfect. That means you can have your kid. You don't have to worry about them getting partial custody and you getting less child support money.
Did you just hear that scientific breakdown that this young lady just said? Oh, you know what, before, you know what, I'm just going to talk a little bit and I'm going to play this again. So what she just said is before she starts ovulating, she said she downloads a dating app. She said she goes to the expensive areas in her town, the places where she know there's a lot of money in it, where people make a lot of money. Okay, so she said she just parks her car and she goes out here and she's sniffing out the higher paid men. And did you hear her say, make sure when you're talking to him, ask him if he wants kids. If he say he want kids, run, because those are going to be the men. She said dusty, very dusty. The ones who say they want kids, those are going to be the men who's going to try to fight you for custody. So you know they get partial custody. You're not going to be able to get that child support. So you run from those guys who say they actually want children. So she said you supposed to pick those guys who don't have kids and who don't want kids. So therefore, those guys are just going to be simply happy because you just want the child support and you can, you know, get on out their face because they're not really going to want much to do with the child because they didn't want a child in the first place. Okay, let's rewind to what a lot of these manosphere guys say, i.e. Tommy Sotomayor and a lot of other ones, but he's the first one that comes to mind. He's the one that's always saying it's only a black woman who will hear a man say he don't want a baby and she'll still get pregnant by him because they got low self-esteem, don't nobody want them. They just want to get your money. Tommy, pull up, pull up. This is what I'm saying. Like, you guys try to put black women in a certain bag. You try to put us in a certain category, and it's all types of women who think like this woman here. And I'm gonna play it again. And shout out to the chat room. You guys make sure you hit that like button when you come through. Listen to what this young lady says.
Hey, it's your homeboy Nino. Check this video out, family.
If you want to live solely off of child support, it's important that you have multiple baby daddies and that baby daddy only has kids with you and not with other women. The reason for that is because there is a cap on what percentage of their income that they will have to pay towards child support. And I think where I live, it's like 16% or something like that. So it's important also that they have a high income. I'm pregnant with my...
But listen, this is the difference, and I'm gonna be honest. This is the difference kind of between white women and black women. They actually dig into what the man income is before they get pregnant. Because I'm not gonna lie, especially back when I lived on like public housing, this was probably about 16, 17 years ago. I've worked my way up, you know what I'm saying? I'm living in a different mind space now, so I'm not in the public housing anymore. But when I lived around a lot of girls who was on public housing, they simply would have a baby by a guy just because he cute. You know, just because all the other girls want him. You know, this could be a guy that probably worked in the streets his whole life and doing pharmaceuticals, if you know what I mean. And after they have the baby by the guy, a lot of those girls will actually go down to the child support office, put him on child support because he got a new girlfriend, and then they'll try to make the child support people they'll actually try to make the child support people make this guy get a job. And when they met this guy, he never had a job, you know. So I'm just like, I guess this is the difference between white women and black women in the mind frame. Some of them will have a baby because, you know, little Marcus got curly hair and he got pretty eyes, and they know their baby gonna have pretty eyes and curly hair. And hold on, let me see. Oh, okay. Shout out to Queen Bay. Queen Bay said, "Jokes on me for listening to Tommy. Thank you." Queen Bay said, "Oh, girl, not playing." Queen Bay, if they listen to Tommy, they deserve a dusty snowflake like this one. Thank you, and shout out to the chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna let y'all finish listening to her because I feel like this is, if you ladies are out there and you want to successfully know the scientific breakdown to receiving child support, you better listen to her. Listen to what she said.
My third child right now, and this is my third baby daddy. So what?
She is pregnant with her third child right now, and this is her third baby daddy. Did you hear what she said?
What I do is I download dating apps and I go sit in parking lots of expensive areas.
This woman downloads the dating app and she go and sit in the parking lot. Boy, if this ain't a child support stakeout, I don't know what is. This is literally a child support stakeout. You guys, tag Tommy in this. I want Tommy to see this. Tommy, where you at? Like, this is an actual white woman that's saying this. This is a trill. This is from the start of the video to the 17-minute mark. Oh, wow. She going stake out. She stakes out these areas. And they always say it's the black woman that wants your money. Do you guys remember when the NFL draft happened? And, you know, a lot of those young men, they were up there, you know, with their girlfriends, and a lot of them were not black. So you got these guys coming out of the woodworks. It was one guy that did a video talking about, yeah, these white girls, they'll go out and they'll buy you tennis shoes and they'll buy you coffee and ask you what you want when they at Starbucks. They don't need their hair done because they got their own hair. These white girls ain't out here cash apping you for money for their hair and nails. No, they try to get you for child support. No, these white girls, they going for the gusto. If you ask me, it look like it's the black girls that's falling for you because you're cute. No, the white girls, they going for the gusto and they figuring out the scientific method to get your money. They're digging deep to get your money. This is crazy. How you guys put these other women on a pedestal and then you turn around. That's why y'all always getting messed over. You guys stay getting messed over because of this.
And a lot of times the people that live in those areas make a lot of money because the cost of living is high, right? I always try to get on these dating apps and start talking to these men a couple weeks before I start ovulating so I can get.
This is why I say this is a scientific method. She gets on these dating apps and starts talking to them a couple of weeks before she starts ovulating. Wow.
To know like what their job is, how much they make, if they have any other kids, because this is important information.
See, and this is the, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Don't get mad at me. I'm gonna be honest. See, this is the difference between how a white woman talks during the quote unquote courtship versus the black woman. See, the black woman asking, so what kind of movies do you like? What's your favorite color? You know, the black man asking a woman, do you smoke? Do you drink? No. The white woman get down to the point. How much do you make? How long have you been working on your job? And see, when she's talking to that man and asking him about his income, the most important thing is how long you've been on your job. Because if that man haven't been on his job long, what's going to come to mind? The first thing going to come to her mind is, oh, this guy is not consistent with employment. He's the quote unquote job jumper. This is not the guy to do the scientific child support method on. So she's most definitely going to want to know, how long have you been on that job, sir? Let's get down to the gusto. Let's forget about all this. What's your favorite color and what's your favorite designer? Do you wear a Tommy Hilfiger? Do you like Kenneth Cole? Do you shop online or do you like to go to a store? She's not asking stuff like that. She's trying to hurry up and get pregnant. She don't even want a date or nothing. Thank you, Barbie. And then this is the thing. When you hear about women who talk like this, when you see women who have the multiple children, and I'm not knocking anyone with multiple children, multiple baby daddies. I don't judge, but hey, we do make comments on the things that people do. That's what we do on these commentary channels, like I have, okay? I do commentary on different things that different people do. And I've gotten up here and talked about my situations. You guys go and check out my video about the homosexuals. I told a whole situation about my life, okay? I don't only talk about other people, but I talk about myself too. Because I feel like in certain points of our lives, we all can be a case study. We all can be the type of people where you can look at our situations and everyone can get a learning lesson from things that everybody do. So it's no judgment over here. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to women like her and probably how she was raised, her mother probably has multiple children by multiple baby fathers. But the first thing I think about when I see a woman with multiple kids and multiple baby fathers, or I see a man who has multiple children by multiple women, first thing I think is, STDs possibly. This is a person who don't care about protection. This is kind of like a person with some very they're very risk taking, and you're taking a lot of risk doing sexual things. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen, and it comes with consequences. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It comes with consequences.
Also, always ask them if they want kids. If they say yes, run. If they say no, perfect. That means you can have your kid. You don't have to worry about them getting partial custody and you getting less child support money.
Oh, wow. So this sounds like the type of woman that would have your baby put you on child support and keep you away from the baby. But I thought that was things that was only done by the Black woman. Tommy Sotomayor, come to the stage. This is what he say, Black women. This is what Black women do. So why is it, and don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at her for putting this out. Because I feel like this. I mean, you have people like the Sprinkle lady. She's telling women how to get men for their money. And then, you got women like this. This woman will probably eventually have a whole channel on a TikTok or a YouTube or something just telling women how, not women, but girls, telling girls, hey, don't you get out here and waste your womb trying to find love. Why would you try to find a husband when you can get more money being a single mom? And see, I'm a single mom, and one of my sons, I get survivor's benefits because his dad actually died on the job. And make sure you get a man who has a possibly dangerous job. That way, if he's took away from Earth, you'll get a survivor's check. And then my other two kids' fathers, they have really good jobs. One of them makes $120,000 a year. The other one makes $150,000. So from both of those kids together, child support altogether from both of them, because none of them have children, I'm getting close to $7,000 for them too. And then I got the survivor's benefits from the other guy, and he had a very good job. So those survivor benefits are about $1,200 a month. So really, for the next 18 years, I'll never have to work again. And by the time my kids grow up and the checks are cut off, my house is already paid for, and I have money put up, and it's just a way for me to live a good life off of their dime. So yes, women like this can get a whole, they can have a whole show with nothing but content on teaching young girls how to get guys and get pregnant by them and get their money. And it's going to be a whole lot of girls there watching, because let's just be honest, it's a lot of these, a lot of people out here just don't want to work. And that's women and men both. Okay, because just like I was just telling you, you know, you got people like the sprinkle lady, people like this lady putting women up on how to get men money. You have guys over there in the dusty sector on you, not YouTube, but TikTok, showing men how to successfully be a homosexual. They'll tell you, hey, if you successfully want to be a homosexual, you make sure you get a woman who work full time. And when I say full time, that 34 hours and up a week. A woman who working 5 days a week. You know, you're more than likely, when you're meeting a woman and you want to be a successful homosexual, make sure her rent ain't too much. Because if you move into an apartment with a girl and her rent too much, she gonna be asking you for money for the rent. And if her rent too much, you know we ain't finna pitch in on no bills. So you need to get a woman who preferably, you know, her rent is under $1,000. And when you go over there, you guys seen the video I showed when that guy was telling guys how to get the woman and be a homosexual in her house. He said you come through there and you beat the doonies down. You beat the doonies down. He said you go in there the day before she got to go to work. Don't do it on her off day. You beat it down. You go to sleep. If she go to work and don't wake you up, just don't ever leave. So you have people basically telling people how to be degenerates, and people are there following them and they're listening. So this is a thing. This is a thing. This is a career for them. Thank you, Barbie. This is a whole career for them. It's insane. I want you guys to listen to this. Hold on, let me push pause. I want you guys to listen to this. Pull the door for a little bit. Leave it cracked up. You guys listen to this situation. So this is the pop the balloon or find love. Listen to this young man on here. And shout out to the chat room. You guys make sure you please go ahead and hit that like button. That is a free way that you can support the show. Go ahead and share it out to your Facebooks and stuff, you know, if you want to. Listen to this.
About you. So are you single? Do you believe you're single? Or is there anyone out there that believes they're in a relationship with you?
I'm single. I am single. I do have a rotation, but
Thank you.
But
thank you for
I
your
just gotta
honesty.
be honest, because it's gonna come out eventually. So you know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate it.
but you
Josh, what do you
but you
mean
could
by you
change
have
my
a
mind,
rotation?
I talked to several females, you know.
That's a
it's
pH
just-
balance issue. No, sir.
I'm not doing.
She is so right about that. And you know what? When she said that, that made me think about this. That most definitely is a pH balance issue, because I'm just online and in real life, I hear guys all the time always talking about how a woman smells. Oh man, I had met this girl and we've been kicking it for a minute. And we finally, you know, we messed around, and shoot, the second time we messed, the first time it was cool, but the second time we messed around, boy, that thing was smelling. But man, why do some of these women smell the way they do? Sir, some of the time, and maybe you in your community ping that you're spreading all around the whole town. When you're going to this girl, dipping in her, you're going to that girl, dipping in her, and then you come back and you mess with a girl, it's gonna throw a pH balance off. When that pH balance can throw it off, it's gonna be like Under the Sea, SpongeBob, Under the Sea, you know, crab balls, all kinds of seafood. Sometimes it's you who's throwing that woman pH balance off. And you have guys who feel like, oh, I just wanna, you know, I just wanna freely date, and I want a so-called relationship that's open. I want to be open to sleep with this person and that person. Baby, those come with consequences. And some of those consequences are smelly vaginas. And I don't know if guys know, but you guys can catch yeast infections as well. When you see guys around here scratching on their testicles and stuff like that, that's a yeast infection. And y'all be giving it to women and don't even know it. It's a lot of things that go on down there when it comes to men, and they don't even know that they can take not only the STDs and STIs, you can take things back to your woman that will throw off her pH balance and have it smell in a particular way. So it's consequences that come along with sleeping around. Let's just not act like sleeping around is just something simple and fun to do. It comes with consequences.
Nothing with everybody if that's what you're trying to get at, but we talk on the phone.
I need my man to be my man, and crazy about me and only me. So when you talk to me, you drop everybody else.
So make me crazy about you. Maybe I'll drop the rotation.
Look, you see how men try to gaslight you. Like, shoot, if you woman enough, I'll drop the other women. Are you woman enough? Can you put it on me enough to make me want to leave everybody alone? If you that woman, then show me you that woman. Just gaslight. All they do is gaslight. That's it. This is what this man is doing. He's straight gaslighting her.
Probably some sweet girl out there that's crazy about you that's already in rotation. She probably love you.
Nah. I won't let it get to that point unless like it's, you know what I mean? It's got to be.
Nah.
Okay.
So who currently is delusional about you? So are you single? Do you believe?
That's a good question too, because there's always a woman out there who is delusional about a man. I remember when I was talking on the phone with my sister, he playing games. Thank you. That man, that's all a lot of them do is play games. And he actually wants a participant. He wants a woman to participate in all of those games that he is playing. He just he's putting it out there. He's being honest, and that's another thing. A guy will just tell you up front what he got going on, and if you want to stay, you stay. But this is what trips me out right here. This is the thing that tripped me out about guys. When a woman stand on her ground and she's like, okay, thank you for being honest. Thank you for telling me your mindset and the things that you do and the things that you're not going to change. But I choose not to deal with it. And I'm just going to move on. And then when you say that's not what you want to do, they be like, well, how are you going to sit here and say you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that? You pull that up a little bit. You're a baby mama. As a matter of fact, this put me in the mind of this gentleman right here, of what he said. Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this right here. So this is one of the podcasts, this one of the podcast bros. And basically he's saying if a woman has kids or she's a certain age, she has no right to say that she wants to be celibate. Listen to what this man's saying, and then I'm just break down what I feel like, what I interpreted what he's saying. You guys make sure you hit that like button if you're in the building and take a listen to this.
For this, but I've never understood how your value can depreciate, but your standards go up. So
I did say that.
Right. So you're going to get a lot of people that get upset about this topic, but realistically, you'll get a woman 35, 40, you 50 dicks in, 50 partners in, probably 2 kids in, and now you talking about I'm waiting to marriage, or you got to jump through all these hoops to get this coochie. Nobody else has jumped through any of these hoops. Your value can't go down, but your standards go up.
I'm going to stand on that. Your value cannot go down. Your value cannot be actively decreasing, but your standards are actively going up. That is crazy to me. That is crazy to me.
Girl, for you to even, this is what trips me out about these type of chicks. These quote unquote, what they call the pick-me's. How can you sit here and agree with this man and he's saying something that's against the betterment of you? How can a woman sit here and agree with this? And if that's the case, David Banner, he just came out and said he's ready for a wife and he's ready for kids. David Banner is 50 years old and he was a rapper back in the day. You know, real girls get down on the floor like a pimp. Come on. Oh, real girls get down on the floor. Oh, he was back in the day. He was knocking some things about the box. So is David Banner ran through? Is David Banner washed up? When Vivica Fox came out and said she ready for kids and she ready for a husband, oh, you washed up, you 60. Don't nobody want you. And I'm trying to figure out who's walking around with this value-o-meter, holding it next to a woman saying, oh, your value is too low. You don't qualify. Who walking around with the value-o-meter? That's what I want to know.
You, like you said, you cannot be 45 years old, 60 Dixon, and talking about you no sex till marriage. That's crazy. Like to me, that's a woman. That's like a little trap for me. Like to me, that's like because why now? Why are you making that decision now? Why is it?
Do you
At the end of the day, if she made a pledge to herself or she promised herself she's not giving up what's hers in between her legs, that is her decision. Who are y'all to sit up here and say that a woman cannot say, hey, I'm not, hey, you know what? Marriage probably not for me, but I'm not giving it up until I know this man is the right one. How can you all say because this woman is a particular age that she cannot say, I'm not giving up my vagina? Who are y'all to determine this? And then this is another thing. These same people will go on another podcast and have a whole conversation of, man, these women out here just too promiscuous for me. Every time I stroll up and down TikTok and I stroll up and down Instagram, they're showing their body. First off, you saying in another sentence, you saying they showing their body too much. They doing too much. They out here sleeping around too much. And then in the other part, you're saying their value is not high enough for them to want to hold back sex for their husband just because somebody got kids. So you meet a woman and she got kids and she's not currently in a relationship and she says she holding herself for a husband. How do you know this woman wasn't in a long-term relationship with her kid's father? He could have passed away or the relationship ended and she like, hey, I got these children by that man. That relationship did not work out. Now I want to hold myself until I'm married. How are you going to tell her she don't have enough value to make that decision for herself? To make that decision to keep her vagina to herself. It's too much going on out here. You got out there in Atlanta, you got STDs and all this H to the I that then broke out all down in Houston. STDs that broke out everywhere. And for a woman to make a decision to keep her legs closed, baby, that's the best decision you could ever make. But you have these guys out here that want to just basically gatekeep a woman's vagina. Exactly. Men just want to be in control of everything we do. Thank you. So in one sentence, you all are saying that the women are too promiscuous. And then in that same sentence, the woman who's holding herself and want to be celibate, she don't have enough value to be celibate. But y'all just don't know. Y'all stay moving the goalpost. And this is why no one can ever respect you. If you cannot stand on what you say, you will never be respected by a woman. And that is a big reason why a lot of women don't respect you because you don't stand on nothing. You don't stand on no values. You don't stand on any morals.
Let me tell you why.
Tell me why. I want to
Because they
see
hurt. Sex has not been working for them, right? And it's not even the sex.
Okay.
So a lot of women, what happens with these women, right? They've been getting used, abused, and finessed out of the pussy, right?
Thank you, sir. You have answered the question on why she's celibate. First of all, you said her value has lowered. She has no right to say she's not giving it up. And then you turn around and say she's been used, abused, and finessed out of the vagina. So if that woman woke up one day and all of a sudden realized me laying down with these men haven't got me anywhere, and I've came to a crossroad, and she chose celibacy, who are you to say that she's wrong for choosing celibacy? Or she could take the other fork in the road and be like, hey, I'm just gonna pop this thing open to anybody that want it. Anybody that want it. And then when you have the women like the Suki Hanas, and you have the women like the Sexy Reds and all these rap chicks that glorify, giving it up, and you got Megan Thee Stallion, then it's all about being free and giving your body away. Oh, I'm tired of women talking like this. All the women got this whole attitude that they can just sleep around and give it away to whoever they want to. And you get mad when these women are sexually liberated. But then again, you're knocking a woman for trying to choose to be celibate. Which one is it? You constantly move this goalpost. No one will ever respect what you say. No one will ever respect you, and they damn sure not gonna follow your lead. You can't even stand on values. You can't stand on any morals. It's just whatever makes you feel good for the moment. Y'all could be around a woman who's celibate, probably had a divorce, she got a couple of kids. Why you holding it back? Well, you ain't gonna never get a man if you ain't giving it up. And then you have the city girl mentality. The Megan Thee Stallion says, hey, baby, give it up to who you want to. Oh, y'all just want to be a hoe. So what do y'all want the women to do? Do y'all want them to just give it all up or just lay it on out there? Or do you want a woman that's ladylike? Which one do you want? Because it can't be both.
And they're gonna grind me up for this, but I've never understood how your value can depreciate, but your standards go up. So
I did say that.
Right. So you're gonna get a lot of people that get upset about this topic, but realistically, you'll get a woman 35, 40, you 50 dicks in, 50 partners in, probably 2 kids in, and now you talking about I'm waiting to marriage, or you got to jump through all these hoops to get this coochie. Nobody else has jumped through any of these hoops. Your value can't go down, but your standards go up.
I'm gonna stand on that. Your value cannot go down. Your value.
And how can you determine what her value is, sir? How can you determine that? If I meet you and you have a couple of kids with a couple of women, your value is low. You need to just give me your money because you ain't got no value. If that's the case, all women need to just go out to men for their money. If my value is of a certain thing, and this is why, and let me tell you this, and I'm gonna be honest, you guys. Hey, knock me if you want to, but this is the big reason why some women strictly just sell cooch to guys. They get to the point of, hey, this is all he wants. When I was a woman out here standing on values, and I wasn't giving it up, and I was in my celibate, when I was in my celibate phase. They told me I didn't have enough value to be celibate. Imagine somebody telling you that. Your value ain't high enough for you to not give up that kitty. So she decided, hey, I'm going to give it up, but I ain't giving it up to nobody that ain't paying me. So then you have women who want to get paid, and they want to get paid for what they're giving up. Because it's of some value. If you're trying to convince me that I don't have value so you can get my kitty, you're only convincing me that my kitty holds value. I mean, that's how some women get to the point of, I just want to get this money out this man. He ain't worth nothing else. When I'm trying to stand on morals and I'm trying to stand on values, he tell me I ain't worth it. So just pay me, and then I'll give you some kitty. That's how a lot of women are thinking. And that's why you get some of these women that just want to sell the men some cat, and they just want to move on, and they just want to get their money and move on. And be like, hey, get the F up out my face. Give me some money. and move on around. So I just feel like, hey, no one walking around here with a value meter determining a woman's value. Only you can determine what you're worth. And if you want to give it up, you want to be sexually liberated, go right ahead. But I'm going to tell you this, it comes with a lot of risk. How do you know this wasn't a woman who was maybe previously sexually liberated? And she like, hey, I'm holding it down and I ain't giving it up no more. I have changed my life. I have turned my life over to the Lord. If she turned her life over to the Lord and don't want to give it up, who are you to say that she's wrong? Who are you to say that she is wrong? Just to do what you want to do, ladies. And this is the problem. This is where the problem lies. And I'm gonna be honest. When it's a woman who constantly seeks the validation of men, you will never be happy. Cause baby, these men move this goalpost. When I say they move the goalpost, as much as the world turns. So when you're a woman that's seeking the validation of those men who don't stand on nothing, constantly move the goalpost so they can gaslight you, their goal is to lower your self-esteem so it will make make it easier for them to get what's in between your legs. So I'm gonna go to this one right here. This one right here. I think this was Raw Ali. As you guys know, she has a podcast. Shout out to my radio. I remember when she was over on the podcast with Raw Ali. So they're talking about the topic of monogamy, and listen to what they say. How some of them on the panel feel about monogamy. Listen. I just feel like when it comes to this, just do what you want. It just sounds like a closed off poly type of relationship. And I just feel like if you're in something like that, I mean, that's just similar to just do what you want to do and don't include anybody else. But you have these people who are still very clingy and reliant to another person. You have these people that feel like they have to have validation through relationships. They have to have validation through a marriage. They have to have a validation through some type of situationship. So when you have the people who need a validation through some type of situationship, marriage relationship, or is this a more independent person that prefers to be single? Because I just feel like if you are a type of person, you feel like you could never be monogamous to any one person, then why even get into a relationship? See, those are people who are probably trying to live up to a certain lifestyle. So there's a bunch of different various reasons why some people stay together in situations like this. But I can tell you this: you're opening up yourself, like I was talking a second ago. You open up yourself to a lot of STDs. You open up yourself to STIs. You're opening up yourself to a lot of things spiritually, sexual demons. You're opening up yourself to a lot because you, as one person, you're sleeping with other people, and then you have a partner, a mate, a husband or wife who's sleeping with other people, and both of y'all are, like she said, they're in a consensual, non-monogamous relationship. I'm not knocking you for that, young lady, but what I'm saying, baby, it's a lot of stuff that come along with that. Haven't you seen what they show you when you have sex with this person? You're having sex with them, and not only them, but you're having sex with everyone that they've had sex with. You're exposing yourself to a lot. Not only the STDs and the STIs, but you're exposing yourself to. And some people wonder why they constantly having sleep paralysis. A lot of those sleep paralysis are actual like sexual demons trying to get attached to you. And what they do is when you're asleep, when you're most vulnerable, they say sleep is the cousin of death. When you're most vulnerable in your sleep, that's when those sexual demons try to get on you. You don't know who this other person is out here sleeping with. You're actually in a relationship and you're giving your mate permission to sleep with other people. No judgment here. No judgment here. Do what makes you happy. But realize there's consequences that come along with it. And that's all I gotta say on this situation. And you guys, y'all have to consider the consequences that come along with wanting to be sexually promiscuous. It's consequences to it. You can't can y'all hear? No sound, we can't hear. Oh, she's saying they can't hear. Let me see. Hello? Can y'all hear me? Say yes or no in the chat if you can hear. Can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear it? Can you guys hear? Oh, you could hear the video. I don't know if did I have we hear. Oh, okay, you hear me talking. Okay, let me see if I can replay this because I know I had the thing on.
Logical. It makes perfect sense at the end of the day. Like people want to ask for something that is almost practically impossible in the human nature, like, and they think they're going to be an exception to the rule.
But can you, as a man, Lewis, and
Okay, can y'all hear the video now? Can you guys hear the video? Okay, I hear it now. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Barbie. Thank you. Because I hate to be sitting here. I'm playing the video. You can't hear it, but I'm explaining to you what they're saying. Okay, so yeah, this is Ra Ali, and they're on their podcast, and they're speaking about consensual, non-monogamous relationships.
can you, as a man, Jarvis, can you possibly consider that it is just not fair to assume that two people are going to want to spend their entire existence until death only having a sexual or emotional relationship with one person? And can you possibly, knowing that it's a challenge even for yourselves as men, consider allowing your woman to have one other partner?
Well, I think like this. When I made the decision to move on and say, you know what, I'm done, I felt that the person I picked also made that decision to say, I'm also done. Now, maybe younger in my younger days, absolutely not. I'm like, listen, I need to fuck around. I need to mess around. I need to dip in some more. You know what I'm saying?
No two people have to just be monogamous with just each other.
That's my relationship structure. I have a consensual non-monogamous relationship. So I'm perfectly with that.
Yeah, I think it's really just reality. I mean,
do y'all see how this gentleman in the red turned and looked at that lady sitting next to him when she said that? Because you know what he's thinking? He's thinking, girl, you for the streets. And this is the thing. The man who's with her that's in this consensual non-monogamous relationship, he for the streets too. Both of them know that, hey, we're just for the streets, but I want to be with you too. Let's just be honest. I mean, that's what it is. you guys call yourself want to be in a relationship or whatnot, but y'all still want to mess around with other people. And let me go to this, because the people in the comments, they were commenting. So this is the first comment that I end up seeing. And this person said, stop trying to normalize cheating because y'all like to cheat. Just because you like to cheat, let's not try to normalize it. Just be honest. And this is one thing that trips me out. Some of the people who cannot be monogamous, like being monogamous is so hard for people who like to spread it all around. But if you know you cannot be monogamous, why are these the main people who are seeking out marriages, who seeking out relationships? The main people who love to cheat, stay in a relationship. Y'all stay in a relationship. Just be single and do what you want to do and live a single life. But all it is that you all are so codependent. You so empty and codependent. You just want to have someone on your side just to validate you. That's the problem right there. You got to have that partner on your side to validate you, because when you're single, you feel like, oh, I ain't got nobody around to validate me. Don't nobody want me. Don't nobody want me. I got to go get somebody. And then you go get in a relationship and you can't even be faithful. All you're doing is wasting another person's time. Just because you're codependent. You're that codependent that you can't see yourself even living a single lifestyle. Or either they want to try to keep up a certain type of style. They want to keep up a lifestyle that they feel like they have to have a partner in order to do it. So I'm going to get into this. I want you guys to listen to what this gentleman said, because this man said a mouthful. So let me make sure I'm sharing this. I want you guys to see this here. Shout out to the 8 people in the chat room. I know it's pretty early. Happy Sunday to y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button and listen to what this man says.
And be like, be my peace. You know what they mean? Be my peace when I'm coming home late. Don't get mad. As long as I'm coming home to you, don't even worry about where I been at. Be my peace. When you see something on my phone, leave me alone. Don't argue with me. As long as I'm talking to you, everything okay. Be my peace. As long as I'm paying a few bills, I ain't paying all of them. You should be good, because I couldn't pay no bills. You got all the money, pay your own bills. But I'm doing you a favor. Be my peace. Be humble while I'm playing games. Be humble while I'm hurting you. Be humble. Don't talk back. That's what they mean. Some of these men be like, be my peace. You know what they mean? Be my peace when I'm coming home late. Don't get mad. As long as I'm coming home to you, don't even worry about where I been at. Be my peace. When you see something on my phone, leave me alone. Don't argue with me. As long as I'm talking to you, everything okay. Be my peace. As long as I'm paying a few bills, I ain't paying all of them. You should be good, because I couldn't pay no bills. You got all the money, pay your own bills. But I'm doing you a favor. Be my peace. Be humble while I'm playing games. Be humble while I'm hurting you. Be humble. Don't talk back. That's what they mean. Some of these men be like, be my peace. You know what they mean? Be my.
So, you ladies, if you ever wondered why a man say be his peace, that's what he means. And another thing, like I've said on my show before, but when a man comes with peace, he'll never ask you to be his peace, because he already come with it. If anything, all that man is going to say, don't disturb my peace. Because, baby, I come with peace. I'm just asking that you don't disturb mine. But when he say be his peace, you need to run, because this man, what he just said, is all the way true. It's all the way true. I don't need no be my peace, grand rising queen. Those are the guys that's so full of it. Talking about be my peace. Be your own peace, sir. That is a big task that you're coming through the door and asking me to do. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it.
My peace when I'm coming home late. don't get mad. And long as I'm coming home to you, don't even worry about where I been at. Be my peace. When you see something on my phone, leave me alone. Don't argue with me. And
Don't argue with him. Let him cheat in peace. Just let me cheat in peace. And I feel like maybe that's something that some women that know they man cheat, but they know they're not going anywhere. Just let them cheat in peace. Ain't that what one of the Braxton? That's what the mother said on the Braxton show. But I feel like Rashida needs to take probably some pointers from that. Because at the end of the day, you guys been seeing the debacle going on with Rashida and her marriage. It's just, she's put her marriage on display, and it just seemed like a whole circus show now. But she was over there talking to Kirk's baby mother. This is the baby that he made within their marriage. He had a baby on her in the marriage. And she was showing Rashida the messages from Kirk, trying to get at her. And she didn't sleep with him. And this is what she sit down, when women be like, I'm coming to you as a woman. I feel like it was on a situation like that because she came to Rashida and was like, hey, Kirk is constantly trying to come at me. Kirk is constantly trying to sleep with me and things like that. We're supposed to be on the phone discussing his son, and that's it. So she felt like this. She was like, Rashida, I feel like me and you need to have a more open conversation. We need to be more open to communicate with each other because Kurt is on BS and all he tried to do is sleep with me. She talked about, well, you telling me my husband trying to sleep with you, and now you gonna sit up and ask me to have open communication? You must be crazy. Rashida, you big dummy. This woman is telling you she want to be able to communicate with you about the baby because your husband is constantly trying to sleep with her when they're only supposed to be talking about their son. So she's telling you anything have to do with Carter, I'm gonna text you instead of Kirk because Kirk is not over here standing on business. Kirk is over here trying to dip in me. He's trying to dip into something. And I just want to communicate with you, Rashida. Let's, you and Kurt discuss what got to go on with the baby, and me and you can do the communicate. Since your husband is out here trying to be sneaky, he's trying to sleep with me. She's been open with Rashida and telling her, Rashida, your husband's up to no good. I just want to communicate with you when it comes to the son that I share with your husband. And to be honest, for Rashida to go off on her and she telling her that show you how dumb Rashida is. I don't know if, hey, I know some of the stuff in these reality shows are very, very scripted. I don't even know if that's really Kirk's son, to tell you the truth. But I think there was the DNA test that said it is his son, whatever. But I just think to myself, are women really this stupid? Are women really this stupid for her to be angry about just wanting to communicate with you because your husband is up to no good? That's the craziest thing to me. I'm sorry. This you got this woman trying to be honest with you, and you want to go off on her, but that's because a lot of men, no matter how honest these women can be, and they're like, hey, your man's trying to get at me. It's your man. Your man is the problem in this whole situation. They're always going to find a problem with the woman. When it's the man who has sit at that altar with you and made vows before God, he's the one who made the vows with you to be faithful with you, to honor, protect, and hold you. I made no vows to you, but you want to hold me more accountable than you hold your man. And that is the reason why most of these women will always be cheated on. Always. You're never going to get with a man who's not going to cheat on you because you constantly look at the other woman like they're the problem. And a lot of times you have those women who will basically become very envious and jealous of other women because they're always looking at other women like, oh, she looked like the type of girl my man will want. And they'll instantly see a woman and always be jealous of other women. They'll always feel the intimidation, competition, all of that. Like those are women who can never really successfully even have friendships, relationships with other women because of the type of man that they have. And that's just how it'll always be because they never hold their man accountable. They look at it like, hey, my man gonna be my man. My man gonna always want some other cooch besides mine. But it's the women. The women are the problem. No, the women ain't the problem, honey. It's your man. And to be honest, you're the problem too because you sit up here and create a whole space to make it comfortable for your man to do what he's gonna do. I remember back when I was in Job Corps, I remember it was this guy, he used to always do his girl wrong. He used to talk to her bad in front of everybody and embarrass her. And he used to cheat on her. Everybody knew about it. And I remember when I seen him trying to get with my homegirl, I was like, okay, you need to stop being disrespectful. I'm going to tell your girl she about to walk up. He told me, I don't care, tell her. She ain't going nowhere. He said, if anything, she gonna get mad at your homegirl. She ain't gonna get mad at me. So do you women really, really, really realize what you set yourself up for when you're like that? You set yourself up for failure every single time. All right, I gotta go on and finish getting dressed and everything. I got my work clothes on, but I gotta, put my face together and get ready for work. But you guys make sure you stay tuned because probably this afternoon, if I'm not too tired, I might go live. But most definitely, I'm going to go live in the morning. And you guys know on Tuesday at 9, the Wiley Show has a court date. So I will be at court live. So you guys, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Big shout out to all my subscribers. You guys, if you're in the building now, go ahead and make sure you hit the like button. If you're checking out the replay game, make sure y'all hit the like button. Let me see. It was one other thing I wanted you guys to see too. But yes, I'm going live. I'm gonna see what's going on with the Wiley Show. I don't know if you guys know, and this is what I wanted to do my show about tomorrow. Because the court date now is a Tuesday. As you guys know, the Wiley Show, his roommate, I think his name is Lance. So Lance sit down with a couple of YouTubers and had an interview about Wiley and the whole situation. And so I'm gonna kind of discuss that and discuss a few other things. But I most definitely want to see what's gonna go on with the court situation. As you guys know, I think it's like 5,000 to get him out, so it'll be 500. He got to pay to the bail bondsman. I don't think anyone has gotten him out. I believe Wiley still is to this day still in jail. So the court date is Tuesday, and I will be at the court to see what are they going to do with Wiley. Because I'm very curious to see what's going to go on with that situation. You guys know he did go to the Walmart down there close to Sam's Town on Boulder out here in Vegas, and he made a false BOMB threat. So he ended up doing that. So we're going to see what Wiley's fate is. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. It was one thing I wanted to share with you guys. Let me see if I can find it. Look, there go Kurt and Rashida right there. One thing about Love and Hip Hop, you can't even play their little snippets because they will strike your video really, really fast. Oh, I wanted to play this for you guys so y'all can hear this. Yep, she said prayers. Yes, y'all, let's put up some prayer hands for Wiley. I wish the best for Wiley. He did make the decision to do what he's doing, but I just wish the best for him. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody. But listen.
Hold on. No, we gotta unpack that.
I was a horrible mother, meaning when my kids were growing up, I didn't know what mothering was. I didn't understand it. And because the father wasn't in the home in a positive way, I did the providing, I did the protecting, I did the guiding, and I didn't do the nourishing, the nurturing, the affirming. I didn't do that. I didn't have time. I had 3 kids and a job and a crazy man. So I had to protect them. I had to provide for them. I had to get the rent paid. I had to make sure that they had structure and system. The things that the father would have done had he been there, I had to do. So I didn't have time to wipe boo-boos and bake cookies and tell you how cute you are and how much I love you. Come on, let's get this done. We got to go. I was a horrible mother. Horrible. I was a great father.
Hold on. No, we gotta unpack that.
I was a horrible mother, meaning when my kids were growing up, I didn't know what mothering was. I didn't understand it. And because the father wasn't in the home in a positive way, I did the providing, I did the protecting, I did the guiding, and I didn't do the nourishing, the nurturing, the affirming. I didn't do that. I didn't have time. I had 3 kids and a job and a crazy man.
So did you hear her say she was a horrible mother but a great father? And this is what it boils down to. And you guys, you've heard me say this before. I just feel like even if you had a one parent home, let's say if this was a single father, if he was well rounded and in tune with his kids in an emotional way, and he was really good with providing and protecting for him, he's a single father. That's cool. I feel like him being a single father and he's able to nourish them, protect them, provide for them. I would rather see a child in a household with a single father or a single mother who had everything to offer than versus what Ayana was just talking about. She actually had her husband in the household, but he was not a productive husband. And see, this is what I talk about when you constantly hear people pushing 2-parent household, 2-parent household. Some of these 2-parent households are toxic AF. They are toxic. Look at what Ray J is going through. Ray J and Princess. Princess says she's going to save her evidence for the judge. That is another example of a 2-parent home that's toxic. Ray J was on live and he was gaslighting and coaching his kids, basically saying, Dada didn't put hands on Mama. Mama didn't do nothing to Dada. No, did you see Dada do anything? He's right here just gaslighting and coaching his kids. And evidently there was something that did happen. But he's trying to gaslight them because if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the kids ended up dialing 911. So when you have a situation like what Ray J and Prince is going through, what Ayana is talking about with the situation that she had with her husband and their kids in their household, you have these toxic families that everyone's pushing a 2-parent home, 2-parent home. If that 2-parent home is toxic, sometimes it's better off with 1 parent. If it's 1 parent that's mentally stable, 1 parent that's emotionally available, 1 parent that's able to provide and protect their children, that's better than a 2-parent toxic home any day of the week. That's just my opinion. And you guys are welcome to cast your opinion. Shout out to the chat room. You guys make sure you drop a comment and all that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get my day started and get on to work in just about an hour. So I'm going to go in here and cook for the kids and all that good stuff. I hope you all have a very good and blessed week. I will be back in the morning. Make sure you tune in Tuesday. I'll be at the courthouse to do an update on Wiley. I'm going to be right there on the scene. You guys know a lot of the paperwork don't just drop into like an hour or two after the court. So I'll be there live. You guys make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this out. And shout out to all of the Wiley Show producers too. You all make sure you hit that like button. And I am signing out. Katie Talk 101. Peace.